A word for our listeners. Masks of Nyarlathotep is set in the 1920s. We will be using terms and sayings from those times, including some that could be considered offensive. It is not our intention to offend. We merely wish to offer as accurate a view of the time period as possible. Welcome to the Nerds Domain presents Masks of Nyarlathotep. Join us each week as our investigators follow a path of clues and attempt to save the world from an ancient evil. Starring John Quiett, Jestin Kimmet, Shirley Niedzwiecki, George Chimples, Jason Hall, and Scott Troiano, with Matt Quiett running the table as keeper. Eldritch evils and crazed cultists await you just beyond this music.
Hi everybody and welcome back to Masks of Nyarlathotep. I'm Matt, and I'm with John.
Hi.
Jason.
Hello.
Scott.
Hello.
Justin.
Hi.
George.
What up?
And Shirley.
Hello.
Should have said medium. Go ahead.
What?
Alright. So, as we were last talking to Tandoor Singh, you guys had brought up some information about cults, and he had turned white, as it were, since he's a Indian gentleman. And Mr. Ma, you had flipped open your cane to show that it was more than just a cane. Is that correct?
That is correct.
And I slide my hand into my pocket and get my brass knuckles.
Excellent.
This is going to get violent quickly, or at least escalate.
Mr. Ma, I'm going to compare my magic points against yours. Mine are 19, and I'm going to roll on resistance. What's your magic points?
13. And so my question is, so he just gets to cast the spells prepared?
Yeah.
Cool.
So it doesn't take minutes like all of our spells
Nope,
to cast?
not this one. This one doesn't do damage. Hypothetically doesn't do damage.
What's he doing?
It's not a spell you know.
Well, no, I'm just like...
He's going to cast a spell.
We're rolling magic versus magic on these.
Is this something I can identify, at least that he's doing it?
That's what I do. In the moment, baby.
You will roll a d10 and then roll a d4.
So I'd like to point out that we were just threatening, but not actually doing anything.
This is true. I understand that.
Yes. Okay.
The d4 you lose in hit points. The d10 you lose in sanity.
What did I recognize?
However, your eyes suddenly melt and flow out of your sockets as you are horribly blinded. You are unable to do anything other than to react to the overwhelming pain.
Ow.
Cool.
You're going to be affected.
Oh, I gotta roll a d8.
Yeah.
What just happened? I told you this.
So, he goes and pops his sword cane, and Tandoor goes and intones something. Scott, do either any of you three speak Latin?
Yes.
Melt the eyes of the enemy is what he says in Latin, and just they literally melt out of his face.
Oh my god.
So you guys now have the drop on him because it's going to take him until the end of the round, or until the beginning of the next round to do anything else.
Is there anything in the area that would be considered a club that I could just pick up?
No, not really.
Any chairs?
Do we get a soliloquy along with our punch him in the face action?
Yeah, you could swing
You use
could,
the chair.
You,
Yeah.
I was.
you could use your rifle. You could just grab the bag and swing that.
Then that's what I'm going to
Okay.
do.
And it goes just under base club stuff. So,
Right, so my 50 works.
Yeah. We'll start with John. You're going to hit him. And Scott, I also assume you're going to hit him.
Oh, yes.
Okay. Now we have declared our intent. Go ahead. So
Yeah, that's a 7 under 50.
I'm going to attempt to dodge. I dodge.
10. Dang it.
Yeah. Go ahead. Scott.
You would have cost my man. Pow! And I'm going to blast him with the knuckles.
Okay. Go ahead and roll it.
Yes.
Okay. I've already dodged, so roll your damage.
Five.
Okay. We'll go to the top of the round. He will go first. He pulls a small dagger, and you're obviously close enough for him to stab, so he's going to just drop the dice on the floor.
70.
He misses quite a bit. So go ahead, John.
Swing back again with my bag with the rifle inside of it.
How does one subdue somebody in this?
You
as
don't
opposed
kill
to
them by hitting them too hard.
Oh, great.
I knock over some stuff.
Scott.
Does he look stunned, dazed, wounded at all?
He's wounded a little bit, but not that bad.
You can do subdual damage, I'm pretty sure.
Can you?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Well, if you didn't have the brass knuckles, you would be doing non-lethal damage.
No.
That is a negative.
You miss?
I miss.
Okay. We go to the top of the next round. I assume you guys are just going to keep swinging.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I did.
Scott.
Yeah.
You're going to keep swinging?
Yeah.
Top of the next round. So he's going to stab at you. Yeah.
Keep dropping them on the floor.
What is that, 30?
32.
Yeah! I hit.
I dodge.
Roll that.
You.
Yeah! Lots of damage. Lots of damage. Take 1.
Nice.
And then 2d6
Go ahead,
poison.
Yeah.
That's a hit.
Alright. I'm going to attempt to dodge. No.
How much?
2-handed club, so it's a d8. Plus any damage bonus you might have.
No. 4.
Roll luck.
Luck.
Yeah, it's a rifle. It's not meant to be swung as a club, but, you know, it's pinch.
That is well under my luck.
Okay, you clip him instead of full, like, smash him and break the stock off of it and have to fix
Okay.
it. So it's still very functional. He drops. It's at that point that Ma, writhing on the ground, kind of calms down, and your eyes are back in your head. You can see
Thank
again.
God. I was looking at eye socket cauterization.
There we go. It's you have to. You
I was
roll.
like, how am I going to fix
So you
this?
roll your result against the resistance table.
Yeah.
You have to announce it
They're
beforehand.
common. Yep. Yeah.
Does he look like he is going to die?
Who?
The guy we just bludgeoned to death.
Eventually, I mean, you know, you turn 70 or 80.
Does
you
he
can't
need-
just go way up?
Does he need...
If you first aid him, that would be helpful. He may bleed out, but it's going to take a while.
Okay, I'm looking at Maud. Is Maud going to die?
Ma looks shaken. I mean,
Is his
you
eye-
just-
does he have
how much-
eyes?
How much sanity did you lose?
Yeah,
One
so
more
his
and I would
eyes
have gone
came out.
temporarily.
So Ma looks very shaken and a little hurt. Whatever just happened to him might have been permanent had this guy not dropped. Like, that just was an occult thing. Like, whatever he did, Ma could have been permanently that way if the guy had not been killed.
So he did it by speaking.
But his
And
eyes
there
are
was
back.
some-
There was some gesture as well.
But it was in Latin and he didn't invoke a god.
Nope.
Still
You
something
don't always
in
invoke
my
gods.
eyes.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, but he didn't go like Narlathotep. No.
But his eyes are back.
His eyes are back, yes.
Okay.
His face is wet, though.
Right.
Like, as though something came out, but it's no longer there.
Okay. Which looks like they need first aid more, the guy on the ground or Ma?
I mean, he's your friend, so Ma.
Ma.
Then I'll deal with the
You
guy.
okay, George?
This is going to get dark, so I'm just trying to...
Yeah.
I do not help the guy.
I'm going to help the guy on the ground.
Did you help Ma?
No. I didn't help either of them.
Did you try and help Ma?
I have not yet tried to
Try and
help
help
Ma. I almost helped Ma.
Yeah, I
You
almost
can
helped.
roll on yourself.
Yeah, go right ahead.
I only missed it by 3. Okay.
No.
So, yeah, you're down a few hit points. It's painful, but your face is wet. It feels like water. It smells like salt water. If you had to guess, if you're interested, it's probably tears or something of that sort. So liquid came out of your body in that way.
Like the liquid
That's
from the
cool.
inside of your eye.
And now that the two of you have gotten through that, and you realize what just happened to him, that freaks you out a little bit. You both lose 1 point of sanity.
I'm going to tie him up
Okay.
and stuff a rag in his mouth.
And light it on fire.
No.
Not yet.
I don't let that happen. I don't let torture happen to this guy yet.
So you're going to let him
Yeah.
stuff a rag in his mouth, though?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because he talked and the eyes melted. He can't talk anymore.
That's fine.
Then I'm taking his hands and going like that.
Like to break them?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Drag
I
his
don't
mouth,
think I
break
can
all
react in
fingers.
time.
You have first aid?
Yeah.
You know that
Or no, I'm not trained in it, actually.
Oh, you're not? Well, even with the 30 of the base percent, you have at least enough to know that if you do that, you could cause enough shock to kill him. He's already been hurt quite a bit. That shock to the system could just make his heart stop.
Let's,
If you're okay with that, go for it. However, I want the player to be fully knowledgeable about what he's about to do.
let's take him back to
I look at
some-
the priest as he tries to stop me and smile and say, okay.
So you do stop for now?
Yes.
Okay.
That might be more prudent in more controlled settings.
So, are you guys going to look around the front room, the back room? What are you guys doing?
Toss the entire place.
Yeah.
Back.
Upstairs.
Put the closed sign up.
Yeah.
Lower the shades.
Shut the place
Lock
down.
the door.
Okay. You guys go into the back room, and there are some stairs down.
Oh.
Memories of a past life.
Yeah.
Focus, guys.
I'm also dragging him with us as we go, so he's not out of our sight.
I'll help move him so that he's not
banging his
injured
head.
more so. But
Okay.
I agree that he needs to stay with us.
You go down some stairs to a dirt cellar. Looks like hand dug.
That's creepy.
Immediately on your left is a cabinet. In front of you is a pillar. There are candle niches on the walls. And across from you sits a statue. I'm trying to find the description of the statue.
That's all right.
Here we go. The single room is 15 feet square with an 11-foot high ceiling. There's a center support pillar, and the walls are shored up with boards and timbers. So, blah, blah. It smells death-like. We'll skip that. There are 3 niches on the north and south wall. Candles.
I think we won't.
Hold on. Did we do something that
No.
prevents
No,
that
it's
description?
giving me a description as the game runner
Ah.
to explain other things that are in the room that you guys can't initially see.
That will jump us in a moment.
Yeah, like, no, we won't skip that. Come back.
Against the east wall, which is across from you, is a 4-foot-high statue of crudely carved black stone. A deformed dwarf-like figure with 4 eyes. Its 4 arms each bear a tulwar, which I have no idea what that
It's a
is.
sword.
There
Type
you
of
go.
sword, yeah.
3 large tentacle-like appendages take the place of feet. You can all roll Cthulhu if you'd like.
We have
all
to?
the
You don't have
fun
to, but
No.
you're not going to lose anything if you make the Cthulhu. You want to roll Cthulhu?
Just did?
And did you make it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you make it?
I missed it by 8.
Oh. This is an aspect of Nyarlathotep
Oh,
Of course
called
it is.
called the Small Crawler.
ew.
Excellent.
It is disturbing, but not as disturbing as watching a dude's eyes melt out of his face. So whatever. The central pillar has a set of handcuffs attached to it. In the northwest, in the corner to your left, is a small stone cabinet with padlocks on it. I assume you guys are going to break the padlocks.
I look in locksmith.
Would
I'm gonna handcuff the guy to the pillar.
yeah, I was gonna say would handcuffing the guy
Wouldn't
cause
be a bad
any
thing.
injury?
No.
Okay. Then
Well,
do
I
it.
mean, unless Ma picks him up by his ankles and swings him into the pillar first.
Right.
That's later. I'm gonna do a locksmith on the padlock
Sure.
first. Why not? Yeah, I make that with a 2.
Oh, yeah, you're right in there. Inside is a meat cleaver. On one edge of the blade is an etched symbol. Is etched a symbol for the small crawler. I'm going to let you have that since you're going to show everybody this thing as you go through it. I assume.
Yeah, I'm taking that.
You don't want to do that. It makes you feel a little weird and icky.
When you touch it,
No, I mean,
When you get close
it's
to
got the symbols of an evil god on it. I don't know that you would want that. If you do, you do. That's cool. Given your hesitation about demons, I don't know that makes a lot of sense.
He's in a mood.
Okay.
Take their stuff!
Fair enough.
Great.
Anybody in the room can roll anthropology.
Alright, guys, come get me.
I'm just like,
I got a 97.
So, no.
I would pass.
No.
Okay.
have we made it there yet?
No, you
You're not with them, remember? You don't get loot.
You got your turn. Let them have theirs.
You're not with them, remember? You were happy about that a minute ago.
There are. Hold on, I hate old modules like this. You couldn't just give me a number. There are 14 incense cones inside. They are not of. They are not just normal incense cones.
Yeah, the ritual items. No.
Give me more than just one. Just a second, because I want to make sure. Keep going.
Surely.
You can see unburdened fragments of cones similar to this in the candle niches. There's also a book called the Cathot Aquadigin.
The Book of Summoning Fish.
We love to attract fish. I'm going to mention that just for our Eliza Jackson folk, the friends of
the good friends of Elias.
Jackson Elias. I'm going to mention that every game.
It is written in the Hindi dialect.
Are you showing us all these items as you're rifling through this?
Yeah.
You hold up the book. I'm like, I'll take that.
And there's also a yellow robe embroidered with the same symbol that appears on the cleaver. Obviously, a ceremonial robe.
Hopefully, this is the paragraph that he wanted to skip earlier.
We're in the. You said it was hand dug.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kick that in the dirt a little bit.
Kick what?
I throw it on the ground and kick it in the dirt a little bit.
Oh, the robe?
Yeah.
You kick dirt on it?
Yeah.
Yes, screw your couch.
Give me a geology.
Ma, he goes and fossil hunts on the weekends, so he's really good with geology. No. It is igneous dirt.
Missed it by 2. I rolled a no 3.
Oh.
Not you, him.
I was just saying if I would have made it. I got an 1%.
Is that everything in the cabinet?
Yes. Does anybody speak Hindu?
No.
No, not yet.
Anything else?
We'll check out the statue and the pillar.
The pillar is literally just a pillar. It's to hold the ceiling.
Okay, is it one of those Indiana Jones, take the statue, the whole thing comes apart type pillar?
No, it's a floor-to-ceiling pillar.
Oh, okay.
Like Greek pillar.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it's not a pillar with the statue
It
thing
is
on
a
top of it.
load-bearing pillar.
Oh, got it.
Yeah, the statue is on beyond it on a small altar. The altar's not all that great. It's built out of wood. It's kind of crap.
Okay,
It looks like I tried to build it with my woodworking of 0.
nice. So I'm going to, after taking the book from Ma, you're going to give me the book?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. I'm going to tuck that away in the waistband, and then I'm going to go examine the statue.
Okay, it's made out of some sort of black stone. Nothing particularly strange more than it is. More than I already described. You're gonna
I'm going to break it.
Yeah, you punch it. It's not the strongest of stone. It just kind of shatters everywhere.
Like glass?
No, it's not glass, but
Obsidian? Flaky?
It probably is something similar to obsidian. It doesn't tell me what.
No, I mean like it affects like the flaky nature.
Yeah,
of
yeah,
obsidian.
yeah.
Good.
And you got brass knuckles on, so it's not like it's gonna hurt your hand.
Well,
I
maybe
will
not for the first few
perform some kind. I'm imagining I have some kind of ritual blessing that I can do to, like.
Roll a cult for me.
All right.
Bless the water and pour it over the altar.
Well, okay.
Pieces and all.
Yeah.
You want to sanctify it.
Actually, you should be able to go ahead. You should be able to expel any kind of energies and stuff with a good.
Yeah, I got it.
Oh yeah. So you know some stuff, and that was actually to see how effective it was.
Oh, okay.
The room doesn't seem as dark. It doesn't lighten. It's not like it gets brighter in here, but it doesn't seem as oppressive as before. I described the room in the Juju house as oppressive. It had that same kind of underlying tone, just not as thick. It doesn't seem as oppressive now.
Is it something we can note? I mean, when he's done
Yeah, like he gets done, and clearly if you had to put a thought to it, Ma, you can tell this too, because you've seen probably something similar in your own religion. His faith is pushing against whatever force was here, but it's not going to be enough to be like, oh, we can never come back. It just means that he has kind of wiped off the dirt of the room.
Oh, Mr. Grave, Father Grave, it seems you're a man of actual faith. How rare.
You do have a solid faith, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I assume that was the case.
I'm not an agnostic priest.
Is there anything else down here?
Not that you're aware of.
Yeah, I'm with Ma. I'm going to sort of drag my feet and sort of do one of these, move in multiple directions across. Is there anything like...
There's are you guys taking the cones of incense?
Yep.
Okay.
In the best of
I mean, if
D&D
you're not
fashion,
taking them,
it's
I
not
am.
nailed down.
You loot the room, dude. I know it's not D&D, but
Ma,
still.
give me a spot hidden.
Yeah, I got a 9.
So as Archibald is kind of walking the room, it's clear that the dirt is settling under his feet. Like the parts of the room have been dug up here before.
And that's why I'm dragging my feet.
You aren't necessarily you're still not necessarily noticing it. It's because he's at a different angle seeing that happen. But yeah,
right. But I'm like, oh yeah, they covered over a box, a trunk, a coffin,
so there are a
or
couple
whatever.
places that have clearly have loose dirt.
Loose dirt.
Who brought the shovel?
Tongs.
Nice. So you go in probably
That's gonna be a while.
6 inches deep.
I don't want to
And
shovel it. I
you
want to.
go in with the tongs like 6 inches deep and flip out, and like a piece of bone flips out.
The sacrifices must be put somewhere.
Fair enough. Wipe down my tongs, put them back on my back. Yeah.
I'm gonna look from is it a human bone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to guess it's one of the 2 arm bones, probably not from adult. Even with your basic like.
Oh,
You might
okay.
want to do that like with a medicine roll.
Well, no, I'm saying like it's clearly an arm bone. It's not a rib or anything. That's basic stuff, but it's not full sized. I mean, it's not.
You can hold it up to
so-
your own
Yeah.
and be like,
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's.
Then I'm gonna try to
Brush off that.
brush it
area.
away and see if I can.
How long are you gonna spend on that? Are you gonna you know how sometimes you brush something away, you find a little bit more, and you're just gonna keep going until you see it all?
I would go looking for like the skull, I guess.
Yeah,
I
I'm
mean, if you
gonna.
found another leg bone that didn't belong to that skeleton, would you keep going?
Yeah, and I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
So we need to take this guy upstairs because we need to go through the second floor as well.
So he's.
But I don't want to
brushing
see
stuff
this.
off.
I don't want to see this.
Okay. So you start brushing stuff off. You're finding parts of a skeleton that's probably on top of another skeleton. Are you two leaving the room?
yeah, I'm going
not-
upstairs.
Not without Stimpy.
He's staying here. Oh, you want to take the guy? Yeah, take Tandoor. That's
Yeah.
fine. So you uncover 15 bodies.
Oh, I don't know if I would go that far,
Well, I mean,
but like
they're kind of in a pile.
Once you find half a dozen, I think you're in.
You
You're
find
like,
a
whoa,
mass
really?
grave.
You
yeah.
find a mass grave. Probably, we'll just assume you went through the whole thing. I'm not.
Okay.
Big deal. 6 of them are adult.
Oh, jeez.
One of them isn't even a full skeleton. It's clearly a woman. Probably, if you had to guess, been dead 2-3 months.
Were they clean? Were the bones cleaned, or was the gore all just
There's
buried here?
Gore. Lots of gore. The body that you find is still mostly body. Clearly was tortured as part of this through bloodletting of some sort. She has holes all over her. Holes aren't slits like made with a meat cleaver.
Like she was flayed a little bit.
Not flayed, but more like he drew lines with the meat cleaver.
Okay. Ugh. Then I don't obviously have identities. Is there not? There's probably not enough skin for me to get an idea of who they would be, or at least what race they might belong
yeah,
to.
I mean, with the one woman, she's either a very light African or a darkish Indian. It's hard to tell. There's no real. You can't really grasp one way or the
But
other. But
he's taking people that in a white-centric town aren't going to be cared to be found.
Yeah. There are no clothes in the grave, so wherever those went, they're not here.
Up to the second floor.
Yeah.
So here's the beautiful part. That stairs up has no description of the second floor, so we're just going to call it We're just going to call it a small attic with some more storage and nothing. Like, you guys go through everything and there's nothing really there.
And his living quarters, we ransacked those.
It's a bed. Underneath the pillow is a ledger. I'm looking for that ledger right now. But it shows Tandoor Singh mostly ships and receives from his relative Aja Singh in Mombasa. Just in its T. I mean, unless he's got some sort of T code here that you guys haven't determined, it's all T. Or it's T and small stuff that he would need for the shop, like a stool or that kind of stuff.
I'm taking the ledger.
Okay.
Then I'm taking 2 batches of his best teas and all the money from the register.
You get probably £20
Good.
out of it.
Fair
That's
enough.
quite a bit of money.
He's doing well.
Yep.
He couldn't have done all this alone.
So you come up from the basement, clomp, clomp, clomp. Do you bring any of the bodies or anything?
Oh no, I perform sort of a mass last rites down there.
By the time you guys are done tossing the upstairs and tossing the bedroom, that's when the pother comes up and stealing the money.
Yeah, and I don't say anything about it.
I assume you brush off all the dirt that you can. And
Oh yeah, but I'm still, my hands are covered in dirt and some gross things.
Did you toss the yellow rug on the ground and rubbed it around the dirt? Did you bring that up with you?
No.
No, it's still down there. Okay.
I get a description. I look at it enough to have a description to give to the professor.
Well, and I've got enough that I can draw the statue.
Okay.
What did you find down there, Father?
Dark things, bodies.
Bodies with an S?
Yes.
Like 2?
I quit counting after 6. Children, men, women.
Okay.
This man has crimes to answer for.
Yes.
Mom's like, you're done.
I take him downstairs.
Not yet, not here.
Yeah, let's...
We need...
Yes, we should carry this bound man through the streets of Nairobi with us.
Okay, good point. We need to know who else is involved. He didn't do this alone. If this many people had gone missing and he was responsible, they would have the neighbors would have noticed.
You're from France?
Yes.
I myself have disappeared many more than 6 people on my own.
What,
living out of the same location.
Some people,
let's say
other
sure.
people do not ask questions about.
So, what's the time between first aids? Like,
Days.
he hasn't been first aided.
Who?
You can heal 6 points of health from first aid in a week.
Right, but he hasn't been healed at all.
No. That is incorrect. You can heal 6 points from medicine in a week. First aid is an immediate thing. Once that's over, you don't have a chance anymore.
Not again? Okay. Then let's take him back into the bedroom with the handcuffs and handcuff him to the sturdiest piece of garbage that he has as furniture. I'm going to use some of the water and try to revive him. Oh, by the way, I'm going to say, can I have that cleaver first?
No.
I'll give it back to you.
No.
It's for effect.
What?
It's for effect. Trust me.
No.
Pretty please?
I believe his position is clear on this topic.
We need to know...
Trust me. You'll like this. I promise you. And if I don't, I'll make it up to you and I owe you.
You have a knife.
I understand that. But the cleaver is going to have more impact.
No.
Please?
I go downstairs.
I see the book.
Did you not want to be part of his interrogation?
So you head back down the stairs.
Mm-hmm.
There are bodies. I assume you didn't cover them back up. You just kind of left them.
I mean, in the time frame that we have...
Yeah.
There's... I mean, I guess the the freshest one, the woman, would be. I would try to give her some semblance of dignity.
Okay.
Whether covering her up with dirt, I don't know about that robe, but maybe
Yeah, not the robe.
not the robe.
No.
Puts me on edge.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, it just doesn't make sense. You don't cover her with the symbol of another
Yeah.
creature.
Of the cult that killed
Yeah.
her.
Yeah.
Portal.
So you go back downstairs. The bodies are kind of covered, but not much. There is clearly one that has been covered up as best can be.
Mhm.
It's not like you had a shovel to really do
Right,
that
that
with.
was all
So,
by hand.
what do you do?
I grab the robe and then I go up to the main tea area.
Okay.
Look around for a stove or some sort of kerosene, flammable type stuff.
Okay. You find some oil for a lamp or something
Cool. I'm gonna hang out down there for a little bit.
downstairs.
Yeah.
I'm going to splash him with water and attempt to revive him. No? Take a little tug of the hair from the side. And
No.
nothing? Is there any sort of ice?
No, not really.
No?
Ice in this time is hard to come by.
Is he still alive and breathing?
Yeah, that's
Shallow
the name.
breathing, but yes, breathing.
Water in the ear.
Nothing.
Wow.
Should
Okay,
I
then.
go get the doctor?
Mr. Ma, do we want to do this here?
I don't. Like I said, I don't think it'd be a good idea to cart him through the streets.
I come upstairs and give kind of a non-committal shrug.
This place can be burned down in 5 minutes anyway.
Yeah.
Father, did you want to go find the doctor and bring her back here?
I get either that or I hire a cart of some kind to come get him and bring him to her.
What plans did you have for this man after we interrogate him? See, I was going to just intimidate him with a cleaver and by pulling it out and handing it to you and letting you do whatever you wished to him.
I kind of wiggle my thumbs at you.
I don't understand the reference.
I motion towards his head.
Oh.
Yikes.
I'm surprisingly okay with that.
It is not a pleasant experience, as I can now tell you.
I really don't want to know, but
No.
I can imagine it's not.
No.
I would kind of like to learn how he did it,
No.
but I can understand that viewpoint.
Oh, come on, finding this kind of thing out is what makes life worth living.
No, it doesn't.
So, Father, why don't you go fetch the doctor, and we'll at least return him to a semblance that he can at least speak to us before Mr. Ma sees eye to eye with him. Or thumb to eye.
He hesitates, but eventually my character leaves. In search of-
I would have been on my way to see you guys because I would have known where you guys were.
So,
with
did you go straight from the doctor to here? Or
Yeah,
would you have
I
gone
would
back?
have walked. I would have been like,
You
there's nothing here. So
head outside and turn to go back towards the hotel, and here come Frank and the doctor.
I thought you were going to
Get
call
a
her
walk
Barry.
and they're there.
Yeah, they're almost there.
Frank and Barry.
Hey, you won't believe what we found out. Guess what? She was pregnant.
You're saying this on the
Frank.
street?
Yes.
Okay. Want to make sure we're on the same page.
not me.
The father is pale and shaken
And hands covered in dirt.
and covered in dirt and possibly other things. You're not sure.
He's been elbow deep in
is-
somebody's face.
Yeah, his shins and his shoes are all covered in dirt.
Looks like
Are you
bad time for
okay?
tea.
There's a man inside who might need your attention.
I hurry past him and into the shop.
Don't go downstairs.
Okay.
Should I go get the professor?
Archibald, as I get inside,
It's
I'm
probably
like,
a good
Archibald.
idea.
Catherine?
You
Okay,
find
I
me
follow the voice.
soaking up a yellowish thing with kerosene and stuffing it underneath like some of the big bales of tea.
What are you doing?
Oh, hello,
Catherine?
doctor.
What are you doing?
I'm smiling.
Catherine?
in the back.
She kind of like side glances you as she rushes toward Archibald.
I'm going to give everyone a lesson.
I'm gonna
in old
sprint
world
towards-
justice.
Okay, hold
The
on.
end.
You're headed toward the hotel?
Yes.
Frank?
Quickly.
Okay. It'd probably be a 15-minute turnaround, like there and back, if you ran.
Yeah, I'll run.
Okay.
Assuming he'll run back also.
No, he won't.
But I know.
He'll hire a camel, which will take 3 hours.
Hey, we can use that camel later.
Yeah.
So it'd probably be a 7-minute run and another 20-minute walk back. So you guys have like half an hour of.
His place will be in flames before then.
Can you
Yeah.
roll?
I don't wanna be there
They're
for
gonna
what's
have to roll
happening
first
anyway.
aid.
Yeah.
See if you can heal the dude.
Can she first
So
aid
you
me
walk
then,
in
too?
and
Yeah.
F.
F like failure.
Yes.
Okay.
like
Well,
fantastic.
I don't have first aid
Hurt.
at all.
Is that under your medicine?
Do you want me to do medicine?
Is that
or
under
do
your
you
medicine? Yes or no?
You don't have first aid?
No,
Medicine
I have.
I got. First aid I did not.
Roll it again.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you can
Half
heal
under.
it. D3.
Awesome.
You killed a guy. Do you guys want to wait for the professor and Frank to get back to start talking?
What is going on here? Why is this guy in this condition?
I come upstairs.
Because he was punched repeatedly in the head.
He
Due
did
to
something to Ma that made it look like
These.
He melted my eyeballs.
you look fine now.
Yes.
They got better.
Do either of you realize that Ma is planning to burn this place down?
Well, the good
Just
father.
burn the place down?
The good
That's-
father discovered many corpses in the basement, and we found an altar of dark rituals and many other things, which make it clear that this man, death is too good for him. This is what we signed on for, after all.
So is he awake to hear this yet?
Not from what you can tell.
Is he faking it?
I do the hair, this hair right here on the tippy side of the face. Does he yelp? Nope. Go ahead, grab a little
I
piece
will-
of it and just do a little tug. Holy cow, that hurts.
Tell you, Mr. Lancaster, there was a encounter with a priest of their kind earlier, which ended in a similar fashion. And when I killed him, he turned into sand and reappeared later and killed one of our number. I do not know if this one has the same power or not, or anything.
So we shouldn't kill him then.
I think that's going to happen either way.
And then he has cause to come back and find us and kill us.
Well,
And then we
he's-
get the pleasure of killing him again.
if he is
and how
alive.
many times will you kill him, Archibald?
As many as my pleasure will allow. These are the types of individuals that should be killed over and over
What if they
and
can't be?
over. Then we just get to have fun doing it.
Among the other items that you guys found, now you're kind of going through the ledger. I assume while they're all arguing, you're just checking them through the ledger.
Yeah.
A ticket falls out for a train for, a couple days ago.
Oh yeah, no, I've already figured out this guy sent the beds. Yeah, that's really not in dispute.
And he also
What is
received
that?
shipment at the same time of tea. So he just happened to be in town. It's not like he was waiting for you, but probably once he saw you, he did. I mean,
So-
you do have a very specific group.
Look, yeah.
here. I mean, hey, watch out for the group with the guy from China. Not a hard one.
Well, I'll bring this to everyone's attention that he was on the train with us.
Catherine, you seem to be taken aback by my response. I do apologize if I was a bit fervent, but these are the types of people that killed my parents.
Oh. We never had that conversation. You always kept it to yourself, correct?
Yes, you'd asked repeatedly, but not in a bad way, of course,
Right.
roundabout. But you did want the answer to that question. These types were the type.
My goodness, Archibald, I'm sorry. And as many times as I said it, I'm sorry for your loss of your parents.
No, it's fine. I understand that. But this man gestured at Ma, and his eyes melted from his face and ran down the front of him. And had he not been put down in the fashion that he was, I believe Ma would have stayed that way.
Okay, and what I'm saying to you, from everything that we know, about the situation and everything that we've studied. Right now, you are acting from the emotion of a child seeing his parents perish. This man is possibly not being able to be killed. Ever.
It's possible that he might.
And so he could come back and surprise us and kill one of us.
Should we
How about we...
take him with us wherever we go now, from now on?
No, I will leave it to Mr. Ma to decide his fate.
Matt.
Yes.
Pound of flesh, as
I
it
don't
were.
Something
have
just
every
clicked
answer
inside
to
of my
that.
character's head. We're walking back, right?
Yeah.
Are you running?
I'm running back. I'm just going to start running that direction. I'm going to leave him behind
Well,
if he stays there. I'm
like,
still
if
just
he
going to
comes
take
in,
off.
He's all like, Magic Priest, dark room. I'll be like, okay.
And then you'll run?
Yeah.
Okay. 'Cause, yeah, I just had an idea and I got to get there quickly.
That's fine. Okay. Go ahead, guys. You're fine.
So I will leave Ma to his pound of flesh, as it were.
And as I said, these people, whatever curse that they may be enacting, may not be able to be killed, but you are allowing him to escape and come back to kill possibly one of us, all of us, at some time. I don't have the answers of what to do, but there it is.
The professor may know some way to search out his relative power.
Well, then we'll
The
wait for
professor
him.
could turn him into a slug if he wants to.
So you guys are waiting for the professor.
Yeah.
I think we'll just cut to that.
A few more minutes pass by. Frank comes in through the door. The professor's probably right behind you.
Yeah. Like,
Oh, sorry, real quick. I also searched the body to make sure there's nothing, like his clothes and stuff.
No,
Make
he's
sure
got a dagger. He had a dagger at some point before he was struck.
Because he tried to stab us with it.
As you're kind of searching through him, he does come to. It just takes a while for him to do that. Frank comes bursting in the door.
Has he come? Does he look like he's...
Just he's groggy.
Do my eyes melt when he wakes up?
Nope.
when Frank runs to the door in front of me, I'm going to stop and pause and see if, like, Frank comes flying back out of the door, not under his own power.
And you can first aid yourself?
Yes.
I need to do that, because I did get stabbed.
Yeah. Okay.
Winning.
I'm going to draw my gun.
Okay.
We have to kill him now.
No, we just
No,
decided not
no,
to do
no.
it. We just decided not to do that.
Last time you guys played around with him, you gave him enough time to turn his hand and disappear. He's not getting enough time
No,
to disappear
Frank.
this
No,
time.
we killed him and then he turned his... Wait, I wasn't there.
Frank.
From what I've been told,
No, you've been told bits and pieces. Calm down, please.
We need to know if he has anyone else that he's talked to that know about us.
the last
So
time
you-
you played with somebody.
So you don't
Yes.
know about
And
the
I know
local
that power
creepy
exists
things.
now. This is a different
Well,
page
let them
of the book.
finish their conversation because they're still arguing about whether they're going to kill him or not. You
If,
can't ask
if
me questions
necessary,
Frank's
I will
recording.
simply
I know.
change it so he has no arms, legs, tongue, or mouth.
Why
And
didn't you
we
do that to
can-
the last one?
Because I didn't know how.
And now you do?
Yes.
I turn around and just walk out of the room.
I think it's
So-
a mistake. I'll holster the gun underneath also.
So you said you didn't know anything about the creepy cult activity in the particular area, unlike that goes on in your basement. Tell us more.
I'm going to make some tea. Like, they're all over here like, we will hurt you. And I'm just over here like...
Be careful about... Are you upstairs when you're doing that?
Yeah, I'm just going to be like making some tea, letting
Yeah,
you
just
guys
watch
get this
out.
out of your system.
Watch for open flames.
You might smell kerosene in the main tea room.
You definitely smell kerosene. in the room.
The altar in my basement, that of Hindu construction.
No,
Absolutely.
absolutely not.
Have you been to India? You know all the gods there? This is a travesty. We've attacked an upstanding member of the British Empire.
Wait, where are you guys downstairs we were talking
No,
about?
no,
No, we're in the back room of the shop.
I just burst out laughing.
It's a travesty that we found the dozen or so bodies downstairs.
I have no knowledge of that.
Okay, while the tea's brewing and they're doing this, I'm going to take a tour of the downstairs room.
Okay.
Just
No,
you mentioned an archaeology roll or whatever. So.
Yeah, no, you can't see that right now. Put
Okay.
it away. Yeah, you find all the stuff.
All right.
we went over earlier.
I'm gonna examine the robe.
The robe's been balled up and stuffed up underneath a...
Oh, okay.
That's what's soaked in kerosene.
You don't know what's there.
I don't.
Although if I see a robe like on the ground with dirt kicked on
It's
it.
underneath, like...
Yeah.
I don't know anything about any bodies anywhere.
So what do you know about the idol that was downstairs on the altar?
Did you not hear me tell you that it was part of my Hindu belief structure?
The handcuffs?
The pillar?
The pillar holds up the roof of the basement.
And the handcuffs.
It came like that.
I kind of...
It
so he's,
came... Where's your I'm about to snap on this guy roll?
You can just snap on it.
So wait, so he's handcuffed to the bed, right?
Yeah. Or whatever the largest piece of furniture in the place.
So I kind of climb up onto the bed, so I'm like squatting on the you know, what would it be? The
you
headboard, kind of
teabagging
like
him?
no, just kind of
Okay.
like so I'm looking down at him, reversed like that. You know,
You are perching.
perching. Yes, perched over him, so I can stare directly down. Okay, whatever.
It came like that.
Absolutely.
Part of your extensive Hindu faith as well?
I have no idea what the basement was used for prior to my living here.
Really, you've not been down there.
Yeah, absolutely. That's where
Do you have the key to the cabinet that's there?
Yeah, you guys probably find a key. I forgot all about the key. Yes, he has a key somewhere. You found it.
Do you have a key to the cabinet?
Yes.
So that it's your cabinet.
Yes.
So the robe and the cleaver inside.
All part of my Hindu faith.
No.
So the fact that it appears that the cleaver was used on some of the bodies that were buried that you said you have nothing, that you know nothing about, that's all coincidental.
What's this guy's name?
Tandoor Singh.
Okay. I will come in with my cup of tea.
Okay.
I'm going to take a chair and just kind of sit it down next to him. Mr. Tandoor.
Oh,
Mr.
Professor, before you start,
Yes.
he said something in Latin, and I'm not quite sure what it sounded like Latin. Father, do you...
And say the phrase.
What does that
Let
mean?
his eyes melt or something like that?
Eyes of the enemy.
Melt the eyes of my enemy.
Yeah, melt the eyes of my enemy. Is that what that means? Oh, touching. Right before he melted Mr. Ma's eyes out of his head, and I feel wholeheartedly that were he not subdued to unconsciousness, that Mr. Ma would have been permanently scarred.
Or blind, as it were, yes.
Or both.
That's interesting. So, Mr. Singh, Tandoor, whatever you like to call yourself, as someone like myself who has actually read the Necronomicon, would you like to explain your altar?
Hindu faith and all?
Hindu faith.
Does he just go, Hindu faith? Like,
No, he seemed a little more convinced. Like, you know, sometimes when you know you've been caught, but there's nothing you can do, and all you have to do is keep telling the same stupid story.
It wasn't me.
Ooh, can I jump in? There was Vishnu, there was the elephant thing, there was Nyarlathotep, which was the statue downstairs. That's Hindu, right?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, then it's
That
not
sounds
your Hindu faith.
More Arabic.
But-
Yeah, it sounds more Arabic.
That was the statue down there. So
Oh, wait,
how was that
does
in
he
your Hindu faith
correctly
again?
Pronounce the name on the first
Yeah.
try?
On the first, you're dead.
Snail.
What? Snail?
Not dead. Snail.
So, I imagine that you believe this will end with us killing you.
I assume that's what's going to happen here.
Okay. Are you familiar with the powers of the body warping of Gorath?
Can't say that I personally am. No.
Okay, well, what I'm going to do is physically remove your ability to walk, move, speak, or hear. And I'm going to leave you as a desiccated husk on the street corner with a beggar sign.
Okay.
Psychology?
Go ahead.
Pass.
He's
Or-
seen elder gods. None of this is all that scary. It's just part of the process.
It's the price you pay, huh?
Yep.
Does he seem to fear death at all?
No, if we kill him, he's likely sent
You need
to
to
his
reread
guard.
that spell, by the way.
Oh yeah, I know. I'm totally fubbing it.
Oh, okay. That's fine. I wanted to make sure. I was like, I don't.
Yeah, I can't do it to other people, but I can change myself. But
That's fine.
you
No, as
might
long as
know
we're on
of the
the
spell,
same-
but not the details.
Not
of
as
the
long as
spell.
we're on the same plan. Yeah, we're fine. No, he doesn't. I don't think he doesn't necessarily fear death either.
I hop off the bed and motion for the professor to follow me outside the room.
So you're obviously lying. Who else is involved?
Let's hope.
So,
I've already failed. It's already too late. Any rewards I would have gotten from my master are already outside of my realm of gaining those again. You have the upper hand. If you're going to kill me, kill me. If you're going to turn me into a desiccated husk, do so. But I will not answer any questions to help you.
Who's your master?
The Pope.
Catherine, he's making me want to kill him.
to the professor,
Professor will take care of it.
the last one we killed turned into sand and came back.
Yeah, that was a specific power. He was a higher level priest.
Then this
This man
individual-
is more of a satellite, or that term wouldn't be. This man is more of an outlier.
Minion.
Not necessarily a minion, more of a middle management sort of type.
So if we end him, he will be over.
Yes. However, anyone who comes to look for him will know something has happened.
They will know something has happened anyways.
Yes, I'm quite aware of your intent to burn down the building.
It
Is that the best
Seems to
thing
be a
that we
theme.
can do?
as
I mean-
opposed to
I could always sanctify him to the Nodden.
Well, I'm just saying, the passerbyers outside have seen us here, so if it burns down, we're already associated with fire.
Then our enemies will fear us more. I don't say that.
We have a few.
I do. Fear is a valuable thing.
There are a few options on the table, none of which are particularly friendly.
Should we leave him here to starve to death? Would that be the just punishment?
Well, I'm sorry, I don't want to be known as a fire goddess.
No, I am genuine.
I say we leave him here with a bullet in his head.
What about the snail?
In all fairness, you're the bringer of flame.
I do not understand what you mean by the snail.
You said you could turn him into a slug. She
Yeah,
said
yeah, yeah.
snail.
Turn him into a lower life form. He won't be able to talk to anyone.
I could do that, or I could turn him into the base elements of life, or I could drive him insane, or any number of things.
Would anybody be able to heal him if he was driven insane?
Point of fact, he worships Nyarlathotep already insane. Too late.
Well, no, there's a specific power for short-term insanity.
Oh.
I could also drain his magic from him. There are many options on the table.
Do I hear them having the conversation in the next room, like right outside the room?
Yeah.
I
Not
poked
like
my head
lowering
out.
my voice. I mean, I'm just like
Drain the magic from him? How?
by draining his power.
Really?
Such as Penhew did to the master's person.
That I would like to learn.
Pinhew.
Out of character, what are you referring to?
The picture that
Like the
we had the
draining of life?
discussion.
Yeah, the high
No,
patient.
not, that is the draining of life force.
Oh, this power is separate from life force.
Yeah, this would be draining magic, not draining vigor.
Forgive me, I do not
Oh, and
understand
I
how
have
these
something
things
to
work.
tell you about that as well.
Yeah, she was
Afterward,
pregnant.
just-
Who's pregnant?
Not me!
Because I immediately looked from
the
Frank
lady-
to you
Not
like,
me!
We went and talked to the doctor, right?
Frank,
That's the only
Frank,
real
can
information
say
we
this
learned.
until later?
That
It would
our
be
our
nice
doctor
if we could
knew
say
the
this
lady
later.
was pregnant from the photo.
how did you know she was pregnant?
Well, a woman knows such things. I'm a doctor. I am a woman.
Well, I
I
knew
could
the
tell.
latter and the former, but... And you didn't want to share?
I find this odd also.
Not until I found certain things out.
What did you find out?
Nothing.
Oh,
Like I
But
said,
that was what was necessary to know
I'm-
before telling us?
I'm glad I went with her to the doctor because I learned something.
All right.
I
So
felt it would have
Okay,
been a
hold on a
valuable
second. To move this along. Dominate.
hold
is
on.
basically-
hold on. So Shirley was in like mid sentence. Go ahead, Shirley.
No, that's fine. Are you talking to me in the room?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm right outside it.
You know, I just poke my head out so that I'm in the same room with him and he doesn't decide to do anything dumb. And I'm like, yeah, I want in on that. Wait, she's
Okay.
pregnant?
I'm going to come into the room with you with the guy.
Okay.
Alright, so can I use Dominate the spell to interrogate? It's by round, and it talks about recasting it.
And Catherine, he has told me that he doesn't fear anything we're going to do with him, and if we're going to kill him, to get it over with.
Like, I'm just going to ask like a few quick
Ma'am,
questions. So that
you seem to be
answer
good
them.
with poisons. Can you make this look natural?
You give me a second.
Oh, Frank, I really think after Ma gets done with whatever, I just would love to see that.
Then why don't we just put a bullet in his head and be done with it?
Yes, lead poisoning. That's what I was thinking.
I shoot him in the head.
No, you don't. What?
I shoot him in the head.
So you come in, you're all like, I'm gonna magic, and before you can, Frank shoots him in the head. Guess that answers that question. Good thing I started looking at that spell.
Yep.
So yes, the answer is yes. You could have.
Cool.
He's dead.
I punched Frank.
Did someone say
I
there's
miss.
a mass grave in the basement?
Yes.
Bury him down there.
I'll leave.
Okay.
Okay.
And that'll do us tonight.
Wait.
Masters of
I have
Marvel
something.
Photograph.
Well, then I'm
You
going to
can find
open to
us-
the next one with it.
That's fine. You can find us on Facebook and Twitter. You can buy our newsletter /. You can go to the website at nerdsdom.com and sign up for the newsletter. And as always, you can buy our shirts on /. We'll talk to you guys soon.
This has been a production of the Omega Nerds Network, the network where it's on.